balls.
And all I really want is
Balls.
and in the morning it's
Balls.
cause in the evening it's
Balls.
Oh, man.
I like the way that they walk
There's mature adults that are listening to this show that are trying to take a screwdriver and dig it into their console to get the radio out and toss it out of their window as they're driving down the highway right now.
back in the day.
It's Chad Dukes versus the World on 106.7 The Fan. I am joined, as I am each and every Friday from 4 to 5 p.m. by my pal, LaVar Arrington from the NFL Network and NFL AM. Hello, LaVar.
Hello.
You know, this chicanery used to happen when you were here as well. It's unfortunately still hanging around.
I see. Some things never change.
They don't. It's all right, man.
Yep. Oh, jeez.
So, are you already in Arizona?
No.
Are you going to be there?
Are you going to be there?
Yeah,
Well, you used to live there, so of course you're going to go.
I'll be there. I'll be there Thursday, Friday, and Monday. I'll be doing shows from there.
Thursday, Friday, and Monday.
You going to be around?
Yeah, I'll be around.
I'm going to need you to come over and poke your head in.
I don't know if I'll be around when your show is on.
Come on, man.
I mean, I'll come do my little time with you,
Thank you.
I'm doing right now.
You're a jerk.
I might call in
Now that
from Radio Row as you see me walk into another another booth to interview.
Dude, you know how funny that would be? I mean, I would be pissed, but it'd be funny for everybody else. LaVar, I could see you walking by me. I see your cell phone is up to your ear.
That's not me.
Yeah, there's just a middle finger. Like, LaVar, you're flipping me off right now. No, we're on the radio. Nobody can see that. Oh, boy.
You've put it in my head now.
Please don't do that. That's going to be really embarrassing.
Kind of funny.
Yeah.
I'll get a whole bunch of famous people to stand with me while I point at you and do it too.
And that's the problem, is that you already know everybody there, and everybody's trying to grapple with you anyway while you're there. So that probably has a very good chance of actually taking place.
It does. Like, look at Chad.
Saying they were like Warren Sapp and all those guys that you're friends with.
Look at Chad over there by himself.
Now, you notice I haven't gotten as many guests as I usually do at one of these things.
Oh, this is your first Super Bowl without me, huh?
It is. It is.
You'll be good. You got a reputation now, man.
And
You're a made man.
LaVar's standing over in the NFL. He's pulled his pants down. What is this? He's bare-assed. Why is he slapping his buttocks in my direction?
That's for you, Chad. I think I'm reading his mouth. I think he's saying that's for you.
Hey, Chad, we got Bill Belichick coming on. Slapping your ass. Meanwhile, I'm sitting there interviewing Bodie.
Well, Chad, what I really think, we don't care what you think, Bodie. You see Bill Belichick walking on stage with LaVar?
Now, Bill Belichick and Tom Brady are up there admitting that they actually took the air out of the balls on NFL AM, and I'm interviewing you about soccer. You know that's how it's going to go,
man,
right?
If we did a show like that, if that was a TV segment, a TV episode,
it'd be hilarious.
It'd be a pretty funny episode, man.
Yeah. I mean, not enough people know me to actually do it on your TV show, but if we could do it on like a smaller TV show, it'd be really great.
That's what sitcoms are made of, man. That was, I just saw the whole entire segment in my head. Thank you.
Sure.
I'm good.
I don't like it because sitcom or not, it could happen. That's what I don't like about it.
But that's the truth. Yeah, that's kind of funny.
All right, I gotta ask you about it. You gotta be sick of the ball thing as much as I am, right? I mean, it's just been beaten to death so far.
Well, I mean, I get why it's a story, yeah, but at the end of the day, I mean, the game is over, and there are a lot of elements to that game. You know, that game was 45-7, and if you look at the stat line, a lot of the stats came on the ground. So I get the fake, special teams play and the offensive linemen. You take off those two touchdowns, 14 points. It's still a pretty large deficit. So I just, I subscribe to the whole. At the end of the day, a guy has to suit up and go out there and play a game, and a coach has to coach the game, and you have to play the game. And someone will win and someone will lose, and that's what I subscribe to. I'll be darned if I sat there. If I'm the Colts, I'm gonna say this. I would be sitting there begging and pleading that you stop talking about this deflated ball thing.
Yeah, me too, man.
I would be begging and pleading, please stop talking about we lost because of a deflated ball. Please, because you didn't. You got beat up pretty good, and if you're going to blame a deflated ball on you losing the game, then everybody should be in question that plays for that team. If you're going to use that as your reasoning why you lost the game.
And the problem is, LaVar, what's so funny about this, nobody actually believes that it had any bearing over who won the game whatsoever, because it didn't.
It was too much of a blowout. If it was a close game, I get it, but it was too much of a dominant performance. Andrew Luck put up 7 points, bro. 7 points. Did the deflated ball have anything to do with how your offensive line blocked or how you played, to catch the ball or run the ball? I don't buy it. I don't buy it. A play is there to be made. You got to make the play. That's what it comes down to. They didn't execute, and I just don't think that the disparity between 45 points and 7 points is based over Tom Brady having a ball that doesn't have as much air as Andrew Luck's. Just sounds kind of silly to me.
You were in the NFL for many years. You played big-time college football as well. Did you ever witness anything like this? How particular did your quarterbacks kind of act about whatever footballs they were going to be using?
I know about keying the ball. I know that they key the ball to dull the ball out so you can have more grip. Like when you get a new ball, it's very glossy, very shiny. It even is like kind of oily. You get like the guys, the equipment guys, they get a key and just go across it to dull it out, to just scrape it up, so that there's more tact to the ball. There's more friction or whatever, more grab when you touch the ball. Everybody has their own little thing. A lot of quarterbacks, you see them lick their fingers. It's because they're trying to get as much grip as they possibly can get on that texture of a ball. That's why you see some guys went to gloves, because it was like, hey, I might as well use a glove because I'll be able to grip it the way that I'd like to be able to grip it, although it's not. You may have a looser feel to the ball with gloves on. So it's just, I've never heard of taking air out of the ball. I've heard of scraping it. I've heard of, freezing the ball, putting the ball in water, soaking the ball so a quarterback has to throw it. I've heard of all those things. I've never heard of taking air out of the ball outside of running the clock out, in a game.
When we're discussing this, is there any part of you that, because I brought this up as the very first segment today, VAR, not just to be a hot take and get the phones popping, but I don't believe that Bill Belichick knew this was happening. I think it's beneath him. And Tom Brady, you and I have discussed this, 100 times, about how polished he is and how much his image is so important to him, from his endorsements to his wife and what people think of him. And I can't imagine he's a guy that's going to go on TV and for 45 straight minutes lie through his teeth about something this dumb. Am I naive if I believe there's a chance that neither one of them was lying about this?
No, I don't think you're naive at all, to be honest. I don't know. I don't. Again, and we're talking about integrity here and protecting, your reputation, because there are a lot of things connected to this. If it, obviously it being true, I'm with you. I don't feel as though it's so outlandish that I don't even feel as though it doesn't make sense for him to say he didn't know. I really don't. I think that they try to do everything that they can possibly do to win and get an edge, whether it be preparation-wise, and I can understand them getting caught and accused of trying to film practices and different things like that, but that still comes down to using information to prepare. This is totally different. You're talking about directly cheating to try to win within the parameters of the game. like you're altering, like it's like if a baseball pitcher, like, did something with tar, or if a batter used a corked bat. You're talking about something that's directly attached to the game, and I think that the weight of that in itself, I just, I don't think that they're lying. I really don't think that they paid any attention to it, but it does raise the question, why were so many balls? It almost feels as though, to me, Chad, if I'm using, just kind of process of elimination, it sounds like to me something may have been wrong, or something may have been off with the way that they pumped the balls. I don't think that that's beyond the realm of possibility and reason that something may have malfunctioned, because it pumped 11 out of 12 the same exact way. So it just, to me, I'm not sure. I'm not sure anybody is really culpable for this. I mean, they had to be examined. The referees were touching the balls the entire time. It just seems like, to me, it's possible that there was an error that was made, and it was just a mistake, and it was just that the ball was under didn't have as much air it was supposed to have. I don't know. I just, if they hadn't have beat them so bad, Chad, then it says to me that maybe there's a possibility that there's something here. I don't feel like this team would approach a game that way. I don't feel like they would feel like they're so inferior to the Indianapolis Colts that they had to, deflate the ball to a point of where Tom could throw the ball better so that they have a chance to win. I can't make sense of it. Could be wrong, but I just can't make sense of it.
All right, we're going to get to some more of this. We're also going to actually talk about the game, God forbid. Andy Benoit, who is an analyst for the MMQB and SI.com, hosts the MMQB podcast on SI.com, is going to join LaVar and I next. LaVar will be with me until 5 p.m. on Chad Dukes versus the World at 106.7 The Fan.
106.7